This week I'm going back to look at a brand that is something of an old flame. Keep watching. Yeah, welcome back to GotAUkulele. It's review day. As ever, this is the summary video review for the full review that is linked below each video. Have a look at the website, a lot more information there. There's also links down below this video which explain how you can donate to help keep this site going, as these people have done, because it's the only way I can continue doing this, because I don't take money from stores or brands. They'd just be adverts. So that my eternal thanks go to the people who are allowing me to keep doing this. You really, really do help. You can also help me out by subscribing to the channel. Hit the bell symbol, you'll get notification of new stuff coming your way when it goes up. Okay, this is a brand that probably one of the most well-known brands in ukulele circles, probably of all time, perhaps. The brand is called Kala, and it's a brand I've owned. It's a brand I've played on stage before, but they haven't featured as much as they should in recent months on this site for whatever reason. This is the Kala KA-FMTB Flamed Maple Tenor, and from the off, yeah, okay, right. I picked this one up because I wanted to feature Kala back on the site again, because they hadn't been on for some time. But also, I bought with my eyes. I bought this one for review, and I bought with my eyes because of that look. This is a tobacco sunburst. Very reminiscent of things like the guitars like the Gibson J45, old parlor guitars, blues box guitars. There's something about that look that really works for me. Let's get into it though. This is made of all laminate wood. It's all laminate flamed maple. When I say flamed, it's not as flamed as I'd like. You can see a bit of it going on there in the top, and it's in a sunburst, which we'll just come on to how that works in a moment. But all laminate, 2 pieces on the top, 2 pieces on the sides, 2 pieces on the back. Again, a bit of flaming, but not as much as I would like. Very, very classy look, I think. I think you'll agree. I mean, it really stood out to me. The bridge is made of rosewood. It's clearly been stained, a little bit scruffy in places, but it's very, very generic. It's a tie bar, like most other Kala tenor bridges are, fitted with a straight-topped new bone saddle. But as I say, we come into the decoration on this one. So we've got cream binding to the top and back, which really works well, and it's a sunburst effect. So that is to say, they stain the top of the flamed maple in a very, very dark brown, and then rub out this central section to create this buffed out sunburst. Very, very prominent sunburst on the back, less so on the front, but I think it works, and the back and sides stay very dark brown, black. As I say, I love it. There isn't as much flaming for flamed maple in this as I would like. I've seen much more striking flamed maple, but there's a bit of it going on there. And you also get a sound hole rosette, which looks like a transfer under the gloss. As I say, very old sort of bluesy guitar look, parlor guitar look, that kind of thing. Very sort of western country. I really like the look of it. It's finished in a gloss, which is a bit gloopy around the sound hole edge. And there are 1 or 2 little divot flaws that I can't quite, will I be able to show you? But more concerningly, it's blistering in the joints here, and the finishing round this heel is really scruffy. I can't really show you, but they're there, and I noticed them. So it's not quite top grade for the finish, but it's not bad. Inside, very tidy, very thin braces, notched lining, all very tidy, no real mess, real fingerprint magnet, as you're probably starting to see. Elsewhere on the body, the only other thing it comes with is a strap button in the base. The neck is not specified, I don't think, or is it made from, it's made from more maple. That's not flamed maple. And they put the sunburst effect on the back here. That was kind of dull on guitars. That would happen naturally from playing, so I'm a bit disappointed to see this is gloss. That would be really nice if it was satin. There we are. So it's a bit contrived, and a bit severe, I think. Do you think? It's very yellow as opposed to the orange, but still, I'm really nitpicking. Topped with a rosewood fingerboard, which is in good condition and a lot of colour variation in it. And as I've said a lot lately, I stopped moaning about that, because with scarcity of woods, we should be using all woods and not throwing things away because they've got a bit of colour variation in them. Wood is a natural substance. However, that doesn't stop you staining it, because they've stained this So we've got a colour mismatch between the bridge and the fingerboard, which irritates my OCD. It's edge-bound in black, but Carla have done that great trick of, despite it being edge-bound, I can still feel the fret ends. I'm not saying they're sharp, but they're very, very, very close. Can you hear? Very close. There are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14 to the body, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19 in total. As I say, very close to being sharp. Very small position dots face out at 5, 7, 10 and 12, and they are paired with side dots as well. The profile, incidentally, which I didn't come on to, fairly flattened but very, very generic profile that isn't for me. 35mm, 27 from G2A. It's very, very generic tenor. I'd like them to offer them a little bit wider than that. Bit uncomfortable for me. Okay, other than that though, and setup incidentally, good at the nut, but way high at the 12th. We are well over 3mm above the 12th, so that shouldn't have gone out like that. It shouldn't have gone out with these little finish blisters in it either, which I still don't think I've been able to show you properly. It sounds like I'm making it up, but let me see. Can you see them in here? I can. Anyway, so the setup needs work. New bone nut. I really like the headstock, almost like piano black, glossy. The Carla logo is screen printed in gold, and that looks classy too. I really like these tuners. I don't know what brand they are. They are open gears, small black buttons with this sort of antique brass effect. I don't think they're made from brass because that'd be too soft. But as you can see, they're not fitted quite straight, are they? Oh, there's always something. But I do like the look of them, and they do work well as well. So it's all kind of mixed so far. I think the QC is not quite there, and I've thought this for a while with Carla. There are some finish issues. Those frets are really, really close to being sharp, and I can feel them. They're not uncomfortable, but it's not right. Tuners are fitted on wonky. But I love the look of this. I do love the look of this. And the price. £209 is the RRP on the Carla website. Street price in the UK, somewhere between 180 200 quid. Occasionally see them discounted much lower, but let's say 180 to 200 quid. I think that's too much money. Now, I say regularly that I will take a good quality thin laminate, and this is nice thin laminate, over a poor quality solid wood, and by that I mean a brand that is made an instrument very thickly out of solid wood purely so they can say on their marketing, hey, this is solid. I take the laminate over that every time. I extol the virtues of laminate. I like laminate instruments. However, for about 200 quid or less, you can get a Nui with a solid top, and that's not a poor quality solid for the sake of it. You can get brands like Flight, you can get brands like Uma. For 50 quid less, you can get an all solid Carla tenor. So where's the 200 quid gone? Well, buffing out that? 200 quid? No, I think this is expensive. Also bear in mind, unlike their contemporaries, you get nothing else with it. Even the most basic of editions now that Flight are offering, that Uma are offering, that Kai are offering, is they'll throw in a half-decent gig bag. This is all you get for 200 quid. I think it's expensive for what it is. But let's get into it. It's not heavy, 705 grams, balances really nicely as well. It's certainly got the looks. I love the looks of it. And the overall core build, bar those one or two little finish and setup issues, is pretty decent too. Feels well made. Carlas usually do. They've been at this a long time. But let's have a play. My next gripe is something not only Carla do, they all do this, all the brands do this, is that on their website they extol the virtues of the tonal characteristics of maple. This is laminate. I don't buy the concept of you being able to hear the tonal characteristics of maple or spruce or cedar or mahogany on a laminate instrument, because that maple is just the outer thin veneer. This is a plywood material. It's good laminate, but I don't buy that you can. And maple would be really snappy and really, really bright, and whilst when we get into the tone of this one, there is a brightness there. It's not a maple tone, I think it's a laminate tone. Volume is very good. The sustain is only average. That dies off quite quickly, and that would irritate me. I like tenors with a lot more. It doesn't sound like a tenor. But you can tell there is a brightness there. but it's not maple brightness. It's kind of rounded actually, and it's very clear, to be fair. Those notes are very clear in the mix. It doesn't sound like a generic Amazon special echoey laminate. It works, it's jangly, it's peppy, it's not got masses of character to it, but it's not going to because it's laminate, although there are laminates out there that have loads of character to it. I'm contradicting myself left, right and centre in this. That's very passable. As I say, I don't think it sounds like a tenor. I think it's almost sounding more like a soprano because of that low sustain. It's very peppy and very staccato. You may like that. I like that tone, and I like that. Finger-picked is very music box, and the volume's good right up the neck, and despite that high action at the 12th, the intonation's not seeming to be a problem. I want more sustain. And a wider nut. That's rather pretty. You know, that's really playable. The nut's too narrow for me, but the sound is very, very passable. It's a ukulele sound. It's reliable, very clean, very crisp in sound, very accurate, not muddy, not echoey. All the things you want, really. I want more sustain. I definitely want more sustain. It's a little bit too staccato for me for a tenor, but then I do like staccato sounding ukuleles. Some finish issues, not life and death finish issues, but the finish issues are all the same. But I just think if you're going to go with one of these, shop around and get a good deal. It's not 200 quid. It's not 200 quid. You can get an Uma with a solid top, a Flight with a solid top with some real character to the tone. You can get the tenor version of one of these for under 200 quid that's got a wonderful character to the tone. This is more generic and one-dimensional, but it works as a ukulele. I love the look. I love the look, not so much the back of the neck, but I love the look of this body, even if it is a fingerprint magnet. But you know, it's all right. Those tuners intrigue me as well. I'm going on because you know, I haven't given this a very bad score at all, but I think there's better for your money. You may take it for looks alone, but I think you can do better for your money, and I think you can do better for your money with Kala, which is odd. I just don't understand where 200 quid has gone just because you put Sunburst on the top, because it's not solid, and it's, you know, not solid isn't everything, but I don't know, it seems a bit cynical, the price. Maybe I'm making too much of that. You tell me what you think. The Kala KA-FMTB-T flamed maple laminate tenor, list of £209, usually available 180 to about 200, which I think you should try and shop around for and get knocked down. I don't think it's worth that much money, but half decent instrument, I suppose. Right, okay, I am not sure if I am with you next weekend. It's Easter weekend. I'm possibly going to be away, so I've got a question mark as to whether I'll see you. I will do the macro post during next week because I am away the week after. But I'm back the weekend after that. Is this making any sense whatsoever? Possibly here next weekend, possibly not. Definitely here the weekend after that. Ukulele's lined up now till about end of July, so I've got loads coming your way. So I appreciate the ongoing support, help, nice comments, and those people who donate through the site to keep it going. I will see you all very, very soon. Take care of yourselves this week ahead. Go carefully. Bye-bye.